summer friends, Olivia here. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another speed build. Today we are doing a mom and son's cute little place, and this layout is inspired by my very own house, kinda sorta ish. And last summer, I think it was, I did a cute little mini series, what was supposed to be a mini series on my real life house, and it became very stressful around the same time my computer crashed and I did not get to save a lot of my recordings and things. So that series fizzled out. So I plan to kind of do that again. I will link that video down below if you're interested to seeing my real life house main level. And I'm going to do that video again sometime whenever I feel like it and kind of show you because a lot has changed since then. So anyway, how are you? How are you really though? Happy belated 4th of July. I hope you had a wonderful 4th of July. I know I did. It was actually pretty darn great. And by pretty darn great, I mean it was awesome. It truly was. It was simple, but I keep like surprising myself when I simplify things how much more enjoyable they truly are. It's just a growing trend in my life. I don't know. I don't know if you can relate or not, but sometimes we can make things to be these big deals and they're just so stressful. But if we just kind of focus on what really matters, which for us this year was just like some good food, good company, and good conversation. We had a shrimp boil. My dad came, my brother, my sister-in-law, my little niece came over and swam. My brand new nephew was here. My best friend was in town. Robert and the kids, we had a great time, truly. I hope you had a great time too, and I hope you're having a great week. Whatever day you're watching this, I hope it is a kick butt day for you. It is sure a kick butt day here. It is just one of those days I feel giddy because I just did a house reset, which I don't know if there's probably other terms for this, but when I say house reset, I mean like I go through and I like put out fresh flowers, and my fresh flowers are kind of, I guess you could call it a hack. I really love fresh flowers in the house, but I just don't have the budget for the like expensive subscription services where they'll like just send you fresh flowers every 2 weeks or every week or even every month. Um, they're upwards of like I think about like the cheapest one I was able to find for Kansas City was like $100 a month. And I just, on flowers, I mean, for me they're priceless, but when you don't have it, the budget, you just don't have it, right? So I for the past like 10 years, ever since I like got my own house and became like a big kid. And anyway, I just buy the Walmart flowers, like the bigger bouquet, either the 9.97 or like the 14.97 one, or I go to Trader Joe's. So I just buy that big bouquet and I just disperse it throughout my house. So like the biggest bouquet is usually on my table. It's just some fresh flowers. And then I have them dispersed in my bathrooms and then a smaller arrangement by my kitchen sink. It just really makes me feel happy. Just fresh flowers, it's science, people. It is. Just it is. It has to be. But no, it just makes me feel happy. And so that's kind of what I do every 2 weeks. I refresh my flowers and I like make sure all my linens for my kitchen are extra downy in them, and I like put them in the drawer and I like fold them all up, and then I don't know, I just do like little things around the house. I go and make sure that my calendar is like all updated, and I dust like the surfaces and I put some candles on. I just enjoy the space, Do you do that? Do you do your own type of like refresh or whatever? I also love doing seasonal refreshes at the house where I either do a new doormat and I do like some stuff outside of my porch, or I like to, just like do little things around the house, that kind of thing. I don't know. I can't be alone. It's totally a thing. Oh, speaking of a thing, this rug is everything. I love it. I know I probably use it in my builds a lot, but I love the textures. I love how real it is. This symbolizes why I love CC. It's the way that it can make a room feel. This room feels real and realistic because of this rug. You know what I mean? And I love it so much. And the dining room really is kind of like my dining room. Of course, the chairs are different and stuff, but the color on the wall is very similar to what I have, if not the same. It's cracked black pepper by Bear, and mine has a chair rail and that's white below. But I really wanted that dark tone for my dining room. I always did. Even before I was like buying this house or before we decided on the paint color, I knew I wanted it to be dark, just kind of like moody. I like it. And the curtains, I have the same curtains. I have white curtains, and yeah, I mean it's the same setup exactly. It might be just a tad bit bigger in real life, but the ratios are pretty much right. And I have a plant right there in the corner just like that. So anyway, I love that. I love doing things. It makes the build so much like faster even, like when I know where things go, you know what I mean? Otherwise I'll obsess of like, okay, this is gonna go here. I've done that. I literally sometimes have to edit my videos because I will obsess over like the flooring, for example. I will just go way too far, and I realize 5 minutes passed on, and I have still not settled on a floor color yet. That's just how it be sometimes. Have you guys seen the challenges where they do the floor plans, but they're a letter of alphabets like A through Z? I saw Dr. Ashley earlier do it, and I was instantly obsessed. I usually don't really get on like the challenges. I do like the color challenge. I like each room's a different color. I think those are fun. I don't really record them ever, but I do them a lot just for fun. But this challenge, the one where, again, like every floor, like so let's say A, so they did an A, and then that's actually a house, and then B, and so on and so on. If you haven't seen it, oh my gosh, I binged a whole bunch of Dr. Ashley's ones, and I think that it's awesome. And then there's some other simmers who do it too, but I, for the first time, felt so like I want to do it. I want to do that series. I don't want to copy by no means, but I love doing my own spin on it. But I just was like, oh my God. So I was like researching like what like different aesthetics for each one, because that's what Dr. Ashley makes it funner. Like each letter that she does, it's a floor plan, but then she also makes it that like A is for like an aesthetic. So like say A is like let's say Art Deco, or like I think she did G is for grunge, or like so each one has its own aesthetic, and I think that's so fun. And then also I was obsessed with the fact that she made each letter but they're on the same lot, so you can like see it. That was so satisfying to me. Like I thought it was cool. So it got me kind of pumped up to do my own version of it, and I just might do that. I mentioned it earlier about my best friends in town, which is like it's been like so nice to be honest, because so we've been best friends for 26 years, and I was 7 years old, so do the math, I'm old. But she and I have like this thing, like we're not the kind of best friends that do everything together. She has a lot of friends in our hometown where she lives, and so I know she's usually busy. I'm that person that I don't really have a group of friends. She is my person. And we don't get to see each other a lot. So I'm probably more giddy than she is because I know she has a bigger friend group, but I'm like, you're my person. Anyway, she's here for like 2 weeks, and it has made me feel, I was actually surprised by this, but it made me feel grounded in a way. And I just like having her close. It's a long story, but she is here, and her husband works on the road, so they don't get to see each other throughout the week, and so she thought I'd come up and spend some time with him. Just so happens that the place she's staying at is like 5 minutes from me, so it's perfect. Just being able to stop by, like yesterday, we went on like a quick day trip to go see this petting zoo with our kids, and the day before that, we spent Fourth of July together. And like today, I was thinking maybe I should invite her over just like to binge watch a new TV show or something. Like those things are just to me priceless. Do you have friends like that like you get together and like time just doesn't change anything at all. Like we're still the 7-year-old people who were laughing and giggling and having a great time. And yeah, she just makes me feel, like I said, the only way I can describe it as grounded and happy. So it's nice that she's just a little bit away. I could like say, hey, you want to have Taco Tuesday? Like that kind of stuff is just the best. And sometimes I feel like sometimes in my early 30s I'm like lonely, but I don't really make a lot of friends. I'm not that kind of person. I have Robert, like he's my person for sure, and we just hang out and do everything together. We're that couple that our like our likes and dislikes are different, so we have time apart, but then we come together and we love playing canasta together. We love playing card games. We love going to the casino. Well, I love going to the casino. He loves going with me. Okay, I love going to the casino. He kind of likes going with me, but anyway, we like doing things together, but then it's like nice to have a girl pal. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Okay, anyway. So it's been nice. I feel really good about her being here. And yeah, I love it. Now that I'm on the kitchen here, back to Sims. Now that I'm all in my kitchen, I just have to say this. Like, us doing our own kitchen has been Um, it's been stressful. I wish I would listen to myself. Like, so long story short, if this is the first video of mine you're ever watching, we said I said multiple times I'll never do my kitchen DIY because I felt like it's something that's more like we use it all day every day, you know. It's something that's more, I guess, important. And so I knew I just knew that in my heart that it was important that we do it professionally. Now, we definitely did our backsplash and stuff professionally. My brother is a professional. This is what he does. So that part I'm okay with. My countertops, I I felt like when I went and got the we got our quote for the countertops, and I just couldn't imagine spending $9,000 or $10,000 on counters. And I sat with it for a long time. That money could be used in so many other places, and it probably should be. You know what I mean? And so, although my gut was like, we probably should just invest in it and do it, I just at the time we both agreed that like that money could just be spent so much better elsewhere. So we decided to do the counters ourselves. And long, boring story later, or short rather, we decided to do concrete countertops. And we have this little, kind of like a little mini version, like a little, it's a coffee area in my living room that's the same kind of counters ish as our kitchen. So I thought, let's try to do the counters concrete over here. If we hate it, at least it's a little area. Well, turned out we hated it. So I'm glad we didn't do that route. So then we're like, what else could we do? So I kind of got on the whole vibe of just using our existing counters as like a base, painting them, and then doing epoxy on top, which is fine. The only problem is I don't like that we did the faux marble. I just was really against it, and I didn't want to do it because I knew that it can look so fake, and believe me, mine looks so fake. I'll show you pictures. Um, but I just don't like how it turned out. And then we've been doing layers upon layers of epoxy because some spots did not treat correctly, and it's either our user error of not mixing correctly or not allowing dry time, whatever it may be, it's still messed up. And we finally put another coat of epoxy on a couple nights ago, and it's finally not sticky anywhere. There are some blemishes that I just hate. That's where like the where I use a so there's where I'm at. I just kind of just blah about it, and yeah, everywhere else in my house, I'm happy. I do feel like we've done really great progress. And again, I love my backsplash. Oh my God, my brother did herringbone style with some black tile. Love it. It'll be done soon. And I know it'll be great. And I do love that part of it. And I love my new cooktop and I love my new sink. And I recently got a fridge, but I just, yeah, those counters. It's a lesson learned. I do think that learning to save for something and have a goal, and I think that I should have just told myself this is important. This is something that you're going to use every single day. Yeah. So, although I know we spent a fraction of the cost, yeah, for sure, doing it DIY, but we still spent some good money. I've bought a bunch of epoxy, which, by the way, the whole problem with the epoxy is that it's going to turn yellow anyway. It already started to turn yellow. I have lots and lots of natural light in that kitchen. And so it's just, that's going to happen anyway. So that's something to keep in mind. I could have told myself, well, you could go the DIY route, which you're going to end up having to redo it anyway at some point, or you could just go ahead and spend the money and then be happy, right? Right? I don't know. It's hard. Life is hard. Being an adult is hard. And apparently, this living room is also hard for me because you'll watch me just like lose my mind. I didn't know what the heck because I think this is my like living room kind of, but I don't have bedrooms on that left wall. That's like my garage. So there's like that's just a big freaking wall there, and it kind of like messed up. Kind of like I guess I was having a hard time with placement. Well, by kind of I was, and then I kind of didn't know what I wanted to do. So you'll see me just kind of figuring my life out here for a little bit, and then it all comes together. Trust the process, right? Because I definitely was not trusting the process during this process, okay? Because I was like, what am I doing? I think I ended up looking up some living room um, like layouts because I was like, what am I doing? But yeah, it all came together in the end. I am trying to kind of go through my closets today later on when I get done with this recording. I really am sick and tired of seeing stuff in my closet that I have not worn in like Some of it I haven't worn in like 3, 4 years, and it was one of those things where I transitioned even before COVID. I kind of transitioned home to my day job, and so I all that business casual like cardigans and slacks. I don't wear them, and I won't wear them again. I won't even probably wear my slacks ever again. Um, and so I think it's time. It is time to go through my closet. And I told Robert this. He's like, "Well, don't throw it away. You might need them." I'm like, "No." And if I need a pair of slacks, I'll go buy a pair of slacks. You know, I don't need to have them in my closet. So I'm gonna do that because I either wear my if I'm doing catering I wear a chef jacket now with like black leggings. That's my thing. So I really am simplified in my job. And then as far as my day job goes, it is healthcare, but I'm at home and I'm able to wear leggings, my slippers, and hoodies. That's what I do. So I'd rather my closet just kind of be more so that comfortable athletic wear, athleisure wear, whatever, because it's just kind of overwhelming right now. There's too much stuff in there that just doesn't belong. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to do that ahead of, like, I'm going to start doing that to my closet and then my kids' closets as well because that's just not something that I enjoy doing. So if I'm feeling like doing it, I need to get it done like now. You know what I mean? Like you have to do it when you're feeling it. You just have to get it done. You need to. So I'm going to do that and I'm going to do the same for my kids' closets because school shopping is just around the corner. Can you believe it? Oh my gosh. The thought of doing school shopping is making me feel a little bit overwhelmed. It's like 3 kids, 11, 8, and 6. The 11 and 8-year-old, they're girls, they're gonna want all the things, and they deserve all the things. They're gonna get them, but it's just gonna be stressful. And then my son, he's so simple. I love it. I do love him so much. I made a decision like a year and a half ago to quit buying him name brand shoes because his feet stink so bad. Because he plays so hard. And so we did all the things. We switched to cotton socks and all that, all white socks, whatever, but still, his feet stink terrible. So, with that said, I made the decision I'm not buying him these $100 name brand shoes anymore. So I buy him and frequently we do. We just, whenever they start to stink too bad, I just throw them away. I quit washing them even. I just buy $25 pairs from Walmart and call it done. But he is so cute because he loves them. And that's what matters. Honestly, I know that we forget sometimes of like our kids, when they're at school, there's only a couple things that matter in their world. I don't even want to say little world, but in their little world that there's only a couple things that matter. And one of them being is like how they feel in their clothes. And so, it's important that they feel good. And so I love that I love that he feels good in $25 shoes. I really do. But I was talking to a mom in his class. There was this mom and I were talking at this like birthday party not too long ago, and she said that her son came home crying one day. He's 6 years old, by the way, and that he didn't have Hey Dudes. And I'm like, first off, what 6-year-old's wearing Hey Dudes? Don't they make your feet stink too? I don't even like that style of shoe. I know they're easy to put on and stuff. I just don't like them. But I don't really like. I just don't see the purpose of like. And by the way, what little 6-year-old jerk was making fun of some other kid not having them? Like, who cares? But at the same time, again, this is their world and this kind of stuff matters. So I'm really big about making sure my kids have that kind of stuff. And if I have to, do without in some other area of my life so they can have good school clothes, and so be it. So now I need to go through their closets and my own. Honestly, I've been on this kick lately of like getting rid of stuff. Well, it's not even a kick lately. I'm that person. I'm a serial purger. I will purge crap like no one's business. But I have been meaning to go through my closet lately and really get rid of the stuff that I just don't wear. You know what I mean? I just need to do that because like 4 or 5 years ago, I transitioned to working at home and it was before the pandemic and all that. My job was like, kind of was like one of those hybrid situations where I would go in if we had stuff going on or I'd stay home. But then it became kind of like I was home all the time. I didn't need all those like, business casual outfits. Slacks. When will I ever wear slacks again? I can tell you I never will, probably because I just don't have that lifestyle anymore. That's not something that I do or need. And if I ever did need a pair of slacks, I'll go buy some. You know what I mean? So I need to go through my closet and like all my cardigans and like all the things I have. I just need to go through because my attire in this day and age is a shirt that says mama because I own like every single shirt that says mama, and a hoodie. I wear hoodies 24/7 at home because my house is colder, and I have slippers and leggings. That's my thing. If I'm going out, I'm gonna probably put a pair of jean shorts on and said mama shirt. Okay, so I feel as though I need to really kind of do a rehaul. And when I do mine, I need to do my kids as well. That way I can make room for their school clothes because guys, it's going to be back to school before we know it, which is just unreal to me because I feel like summer just started. I had like this moment, I'm not very proud of it, but I'll just say it anyway. But I had this moment the other day of like literally like almost near tears, like with Robert, like summer's almost over. We did nothing. We were gonna sit. What are we gonna do? Sit here and just stare at each other all summer long because I just got myself in a position where our schedule is so crazy that I don't think I could ever find a 3 or 4 day stretch to even get away. We're going away kind of sort of ish. We're going to our hometown in like 2 weeks, but that's not really getting away. And I was like having this moment like we have done nothing all summer and our kids aren't going to have memories and da da. And I just, yeah, again, I'm not proud of it, but I did have a mental little bit of a issue where I was just like, we never get to do anything and all we do is work and da da da. So, anyway, it got me all worked up, but I'm okay. And I understand that sometimes summers be like that. Sometimes summers are just for being at home, and they're not always lavish trips and things, and that's okay because that's okay. That's how life can be sometimes, and that is totally okay. And as if you can tell, I'm telling myself that. I'm talking myself into it like everything's okay. No, I just really wanted to go do stuff. I feel like the summer went by so fast. I had plans. I for sure wanted like to take the kids to the beach more often. I wanted to take at least like a week off of work and go somewhere. I don't think that's going to happen, but with that said, I've made a very conscious decision to do that this fall. Take off a week and go do something somewhere. Maybe Salem. I don't know. I talked Robert into it possibly. I was like, look, we could take Hayden because he loves scary stuff. And anyway, I would go back to Salem any day, especially during October. Hey, pack my bags and like give me 10 minutes and I will be ready to go. So maybe I'll work on my closet this afternoon. I don't know. I do have a work project for my day job I need to do. And then I really, really, really want to start on that challenge I was talking about earlier about making the houses the letters of the alphabet and making the floor plan. I think that's like probably hands down. Hey, tell me if I'm wrong, but that's probably the best challenge in the history of Sims ever. Is it? I don't know. Am I just the only one hyped up about this or what? Tell me below what is the best Sims challenge that you have ever done or been a part of or even just like binge watched because hey, I'm all for that too. But this is just one of those challenges I can totally get behind. I feel like it is going to be so fun, something to look forward to. You know what I mean? And so I am all for it. Whoever created it needs to have the credit. I need to figure out who originally created it because they're on next level. End of the video, so I'm gonna let you go. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and if you like what I'm doing, do all the YouTubey things, like, share, comment, all the things. I would love you forever. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you next time.
Where did I go wrong? I'm lost inside my head. When everything around me keeps on changing, and these broken thoughts are aching. I don't like to fly on my own. I need a little love sometimes. When the lights go dim and I'm outside in, she's the only one that still feels right. And she know how it goes. One day I'm the most, next day I'm a joke, headed down that slope. Then I float to the coast, with a lump in my throat. Say, will you stand your ground if I lose mine? Even if it takes me a long time to realize that I'm wrong and I'm singing a song with lyrics that don't rhyme. I keep fading away to a place that don't feel safe, and I pray that I wake up one day. I'm falling to pieces, I'm breaking apart. I'm ready to fix this, but where do I start? Where do I start? I'm falling to pieces, I'm breaking apart. I'm ready to fix this, but where do I start? Where do I start? Where do I? The only way to cope is to escape. A little piece of heaven in my veins. This promise that I never wanna face. send them to a same thought. I'm strung out, I'm anxious, I can't get high if I never get low. And I choke up when I think about how peace and quiet's become too loud. I've been here for months and I can't find a way out. I'm falling